Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN PS1 review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a platformer and a racer and a shoot 'em up, and it's pretty much a bit of everything. There's all sorts of differences for this one. First one to the second one, not much. Second one to the third one, it's almost like the different games. So let's get on with some footage. But as I was saying, it's almost like the totally different franchises because it's just so much different. You've still got the World Hub type thing, although this time you can just easily go between all the worlds. You've still got the proper save system and all that, but there's just so many different types of levels basically. I don't like to show too much off, so I'm not going to be showing much of the powers off, but there's also powers on the game. You can now preview the levels a bit and it'll show you what type it is. So I'll start with a traditional tried and tested platformer, but it is a case of this one here is a platform level, this is an underwater level, this is a racing level, and it just seems to change every time because it's a bit of a chase level, I think it was. This is a driving level, so it seems to change with every level. It's very rare you seem to get two levels in a row that are just like each other. It's madness and it's brilliant because of it. But as I was saying though, there are some powers and there's now cutscenes and stuff like this here. Again, the cutscenes are just basically there for if you want to get relics, because there's relics as well. There's just too much. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So, right, I might as well mention the relics because the relics are here. They're waiting for me. The relics are, if you play through the game, like through a level again, and you pick up this clock, then all the boxes change and that. Well, not all the boxes, but they change. They've got a timer in the top corner. It'll bring up second boxes, and basically by smashing those boxes, it'll stop the timer, and you've got to beat the level in a certain time to get a relic. And you can get, I think it's 3 types of relics. It might be 4. There might be platinum on this one. And it's just another way of playing the game, and it's basically more to do on the game. So you've got those, you've still got the gems to get, and the coloured gems and that to access things, and you've got to get the gems by smashing the boxes, or with the coloured gems just finding them in specific ways. So you've still got all of that there to entertain you. You've still got the crystal to get in every level, the purple crystal, so you've still got all that, so there's plenty of gameplay just from that alone. But then you've also got the power-ups, which don't half change the game. Basically, when you beat a boss, you'll get a power-up from him. It could be something as simple as being able to run faster, or being able to do a body slam, a super body slam, which will smash metal boxes, or getting a bazooka, which is a Wumpa Fruit bazooka, and you can fire Wumpa Fruits from distance. And it's all stuff like that that just completely changes the gameplay again and again. By the time you've beat the game, if you go back to the first level and play it with all your powers, it'll be like a different game, because you'll be playing it differently. It won't be a case of you'll be just going around being cautious and that. You'll just stand still, blast everyone with a Wumpa Fruit, race through super fast. It's just madness. It's all these changes just basically make what is personally I think one of the greatest platformers ever made, and it's just absolutely crushing that after this Naughty Dog stopped making the Crash Bandicoot games like this. Obviously they've done Crash Team Racing. To be fair, was Crash Team Racing before this or after this, and it was someone else who done Crash Bash, and Crash Bash is still a great game. But the other actual platforming Crash games have just been awful ever since Naughty Dog stopped, and as much as I love Uncharted, I'd love to see another Crash Bandicoot game under their name. But this is basically one of the chase levels. They've been on the others. This one's kind of more realistic because it's dinosaur chasing. Yeah, I know that sounds incredibly stupid. It's just, it was a boulder chasing on the other one, and it's the type of thing that at least this time you're being chased by something with a brain and something that can think, so it seems to be more exciting for the chasing aspect and that. You've also got more hazards on this game. For example, I'm currently running in tar, and there's actually tar with grass in it which slows you down, so that can basically kill you in an instant on the chase levels. But anyway, let's show off some of the new types of levels, because as I say, there is tons to do on this game, tons of new stuff. So this is one of the new types of the level, and I also thought I'd put the relic thing on to be able to show you. Basically it's underwater and you've got all sorts of hazards, and you've got to be careful about where you swim. The swimming controls take a little while to get used to, but there is also every now and then a submarine that will help you out, and you can basically pick up the submarine, you can drive it around, you can fire missiles and stuff like that, and it'll just really help you out. But they are still really hard in places, and they're also really fun. They're one of my favourite types of level on the game, even though they are probably the most frustrating level on the game. There's then also driving levels like this, and there's 2 types of driving levels. There's ones where you're on a motorbike, they're insanely hard and so much fun. And then there's these types of driving levels with the, the jet ski type thing, and you play as Coco. There's also flying levels. The flying levels are mad. You just basically fly around in a biplane or airplane type thing, and just blow up balloons and that, and it's just really cool. But then there's also the good old riding levels where you ride on an animal, and these have always been my favourite type of level on the Crash Bandicoot games, and the ones on Crash Bandicoot 3 I just think are better designed. They've got a better theme to them and everything, but it might just be that this was the first Crash Bandicoot game I'd ever played, to be fair. I actually went through them backwards, and it's probably a stupid thing to do because you don't half notice how bad the other games are compared to this one when this is the only one you've played. Don't get me wrong, the others are still great games, but if you start with... Well, for example, if you start Ocarina of Time and then you play Legend of Zelda on the NES, you're going to know the difference straight away. There's then also boss fights, and basically the boss fights are all, as you'd expect, they've each got different strengths, weaknesses, and you've just got to figure out how to kill them. This guy, to be fair, is pretty easy unless you're not really paying attention, and you just hit him, and then after you hit him you have to avoid his legion of lions, which is quite funny when you think about it, a tiger controlling the king of the jungle. However, I've always liked tigers better, so it's one of those things that I'm quite happy with the fact that the tiger's finally ruling them, and it just goes to show you the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. Good guy tiger, tiny little cute thing that helps you out. Bad guy tiger, massive, ferocious, evil, just totally different scales of things. And then after you beat the boss, you also get to watch some of Crash's funny dancing again, which I'm glad they kept the funny dancing in. There's not really much left to see though, other than that there's 30 levels and then a couple secret levels. Some of the secret levels require you to get the relics, so that's another incentive for you to collect the relics. And that is just basically graphically the game looks better than the other two did, and musically it sounds really good as well, so I'm going to shut up and leave you with a bit of that. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.